Hello farmers, welcome back to Selendra, finishing up the last of the sorghum fields to be planted. I've already taken care of the one just right behind me, and since we're only having two this year, well, one field, two field, and as you can see where the lime is, that's all I got left to do. Still got to plant soybeans in that field right there, but I have been thinking while planting this sorghum that we got three grass fields, right? I mean, we all know that at this point. We've been here long enough. And since, we're going to have the loan paid off possibly by the end of July when we sell the planks, I don't think we don't need those three grass fields because I've been making silage. So I'm thinking we do have to cut the grass, either this month or next month. I'll probably get it done this month. But I'm thinking one of the fields for sure, maybe two fields, both fields down by the farm, we'll plant soybeans in those and not have, three grass fields. I think just having the one grass field up behind Earl will do just fine for the sheep and horses because they're not going through that much. And if I just make hay all the time over there, I think that'll be fine. I need to switch this over to sorghum to soybean. There we go. And that would cut back on the amount of work I got to do in the grass fields per year. Instead of having three fields to take care of, it'll just be one. And I think that'd be great, even though this is our last year here pretty much. But like always, I try to farm on a series like we're going to be here forever. So I think converting those grass fields over once we cut the grass and just plant soybeans into them will be good to go. And so will the horses and the sheep. Just go ahead and make some hay out of all the grass fields would be good. And if you're saying, well, I'm not sure that's enough hay, well, in the future, if we were here, if we did happen to run out of hay, well, all we have to do is just replant some grass somewhere, and we're good to go. But I think we'll go ahead and swap over both fields down by the farm, and just leave the grass field over by Earl's, which is big enough. I usually get about 6. Well, for hay, I think I usually get about 8 bales off of that field, honestly. I was going to say 6, but I'm like, no, that number's not right. I think it's more around 8 for sure. So quickly get some soybeans in here. Then after this, we're going to go over and we got to cut some wood up and we're going to go sell that. And then that'll be good to go. Then we'll jump right back into the Fiat. And yeah, we'll start cutting some grass up. It's all going to be made into hay. I don't think we'll do any more silage here. We don't need it, and all we're doing is selling it. And for the amount of, it's a little bit easier work, I think, than making hay, because we still have to ted it, and then windrow it. Well, we have to windrow, I forgot. Our mower in this series is not put into a swath. It's not going to windrow anyway. So the only thing I've got to do extra is ted it, that's all. Scooch around there. I'm probably going to have to go get some fertilizer. I'm actually surprised I stretched the fertilizer as far as I have. So when I started planting the first field today, we had a full drill, full of seeds, full of fertilizer. And I thought when I got over to the second sorghum field, I thought when I got maybe like a third of the way through that one, I was thinking I'm going to have to put fertilizer into it. But nope, not yet. I would like to, but I don't think it really matters. Get done with this field before I have to go top off with fertilizer again, because I will need it to put soybeans in the other fields. Can you all remember when this field here used to be two separate fields, and I think before we bought them, one field was a potato field and maybe the other one was like a cotton field, or was that a cereal grain? I can't remember on that one, but I remember one of them was potatoes. Hard to believe that, we're approaching 60 episodes here in Selendra. Oh yeah, and someone did ask, will we be selling horses that are worth $5,000? Yes, we will. The current horses that we got that are worth $5,000, we got a couple of them. but we're going to let them have their offspring. I don't know how far along they are yet. I haven't checked in a while. But when they have their offspring, we'll sell those 2 horses. And those 2 will probably be the only 2 horses we actually ever sell. I don't think the other horses will ever reach their full potential by the end of the year. Now, we did take 4 horses that were at $5,000 and put them into the training facility, which did not really pan out too well for us at all. We actually lost money on the horses. We put $20,000 worth of horses in and got back about $15,000 worth. So, on hard economy, that mod does not work too well. On testing, I think afterwards I found out only on easy economy does the training facility really work for you. It even works less for you now, like on the map Hinterland, where Omatana, she made the horse's value go from 5,000 to 40,000. And if you're not watching that series, but no, I do have that series going. And if you're asking yourself, are you going to do horses on Hinterland too, because now they're worth something? No, I am not going to have horses on Hinterland. Of course, I say that now, that series, I want to say that series just started, but even that series now we're moving along into that one on the episodes. Yeah, 30 more liters of fertilizer. So I'm not going to be able to finish this field anyways, so instead of trying to stretch it until we get down to 0, let's just go ahead and finish this row. Turn it off, let's pick up the drill, let's head to the store. I'm not going to get any seed, I just want to get fertilizer. So I'm going to start opening up the drill now. That's for seed. And we'll let that one close. And now fertilizer should open. There we go. We're all set. But we're not going to have enough time in this episode to get to drilling the grass fields because, of course, we gotta mow it, ted it, windrow it, bale it, and then we can go ahead and just throw some soybean in there. But it's got to be today, right? Because I don't think I can. Wait, can I do soybean next month? Let's see what the calendar says. Calendar says yes, we can. So maybe I'll plant. We'll save some of the planting until next month. So it's not like I got to rush to get the grass fields all done right away. Will be good. At least by having more arable fields, other than, it actually makes us having the combine a little bit worth it. We didn't pay that much for the combine, but at first we only had a few fields, and we spent a lot of money on the combine. It's like, yeah, I probably could have rented and got, spending. Actually, how much did I spend on the combine? I don't remember how much that combine is. I'm treating it like it's a big boy, and it's not a big boy. It's good enough for this farm, that's for darn sure, but it's not a 9 series. Alright, soybean continues. Come on, Fiat. So, as we all know, the series is coming to an end, so I've been thinking more about, what will take its place. I may actually take a week, or probably maybe just a week of only just running Hinterland and just cutting back on Farming Simulator just a little bit for a week, just to give myself a break from it. But I do have I have 2 options for my next series, and one of them I don't know how it's going to work out. I think it'll be fun, of course. Why would I start a series thinking it won't be fun? But I do have an idea, and the only thing, let's see, what can I say about the challenge I'm going to give myself here? All right, the one challenge that's going to be part of it is we can't buy anything that's new. So the only thing we can outright buy is got to come from the sales store. Actually, you know what? I'll just tell you. I don't want, I thought we'll hold off onto it. But you know what? I want to get your opinion on it and see if it would be a good series or not. So, yeah, we can't buy anything new. But we can buy anything from the used sales department. But we can also lease. So, at the the very first couple days, if there's nothing in the used store, well, I gotta lease stuff in order to run on the farm. But also, I'm trying to think of a lease limit. Like, I can't have too many things leased. So I can't have 20 leased items on the farm. At first, I thought, as I was driving around today in real life, I was thinking, well, we'll just have like maybe 2 or 3 items leased. I'm like, then I got thinking, like, that can't work. Because say the farm doesn't have a harvester yet, I'm going to have to lease a harvester, I'm going to have to lease the header, and I'm going to have to lease a header trailer to get it to where we need to go. I'm like, there's 3 items right there. So maybe 5 items max to start and see how it goes. So can't buy anything new. We can only buy stuff from the used section, but we are allowed to lease items to at least get the farm, going. And to start off with 5 items max for leasing, because if we are harvesting, like I said, you're going to need a combine, a header trailer, a tractor, and a grain cart if I don't own any of that stuff. So that'd be like 5 items right there. So that's what I'm kind of thinking about. I don't have a map picked out, so I really haven't looked at maps. I'm not going to bother looking at maps until this series is over, because I don't want to pick one out and then also one comes out and then I keep switching. So, but that's my idea in the series, and there will be some money restriction of some sort on the series where we can't buy anything new. I just want to think about it a little bit more, but yeah, I'm going to put. I mean, it's out there now. Get your opinions on what you think about that. I think it'd be kind of interesting, because it's not like, oh, I just want a John Deere tractor, let's go in and buy a John Deere. It's like, the farm could use a tractor, but whatever, we got to wait till what comes up in the used department, and it may not be what we're looking for, and even then, it may be like, okay, we need a tractor, and say like I don't know, we'll just say like a 9RX John Deere tractor shows up, but we have small fields. Well, that tractor is not going to be suitable for the farm, so we just can't go buy anything we want. And I don't like leasing things often. To me, it's just like giving someone, thousands of dollars sometimes to use a piece of equipment for a little bit, but especially if it's something you're going to use for a long time. But I think it'd be kind of interesting, so let me know your thoughts on that. Because really, on Selendra, we got like maybe, let's see, what date this episode goes out. Okay, yeah, so we got this week's episodes and probably next week's, and then should be done, because that's 6 more episodes, counting this one. So I think, yeah, we'll be close to being done here next week. All right, so we are done seeding back here, so everything should be all set. Everything should be fertilized, double fertilized back here, I do believe. Let's turn off needs rolling. Yeah, everything's double fertilized, so we're good. And yeah, I'm not going to be rolling the fields this time around for 2%. I think I'm done rolling the fields. Now the grass fields, the grass field, because we're only going to have one by the time we get done here. I will roll that one because that adds fertilizing to it. But as for the crops back here, I think I'm done rolling. Of course, I say that, I may do some rolling in between episodes or something. Okay, let's bring this on back. Let's go ahead and grab the trailer, and we got some firewood to go make. So we'll leave the drill out because we're going to need that. Just going to just park this. We back it up a little bit. So that way when I go around the mower, I don't accidentally come over and hit the drill. Let's hope. We got 4 logs that we got to go cut up, so that's going to be at least 2 trips. I can usually fit 3 in here. We'll see how it splits. Sometimes I can't predict how the wood splitter is going to act. It's just like me. I think I know what the episode's going to be about, and then I start recording, and I get diverted, and then plans change. I think it's 4 logs I got. Okay, maybe it's more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got a lot of logs. Okay, let me actually back up here, and that way we're at the front of the trailer. That's good. Telehandler should be right around the corner. Yep. Oops, we're not attached to that. I thought it looked like it was. Let's get this ready. Let's open that up. I got plenty of time because this telehandler is a little bit on the slow side. Now this first log looks like it might be rather on the big side. And, ooh, we're starting to get like a lot of stumps around here. I gotta maneuver around. Okay, let's make sure that's all the way down. Make sure we're into the ground with the manure prongs. And look at that. That one picked it right up, no problem. Can I get around that stump without hitting... Oh, yeah, we got plenty of room there. I think this log is a little bit too long for the wood splitter. It's way too long. I'm going to give it a go because I'm an idiot. I wonder if I just leave like the manure fork there, if that's going to... Okay, why won't that open up? Yeah, that should. Why won't that open up? Is it possibly hitting... Oh, that's why it was hitting the wood splitter. That's why it wouldn't pop open. Alright, that makes sense. I started thinking, like, that should be opening up. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, we'll have to cut this. Probably not the way you want to cut logs, but, you know, safety third. Alright, and then in here, fire up the machine. We got RPMs. And then bring the log forward. Why are we stuck? Alright, let's pretend I cut it. Is that going to do anything for me? Alright, now I got a log that won't go forward. Why won't this go forward? Let's try repositioning the log here. Alright, now let's go. Oh, I should probably turn on the belt too so the logs or the firewood gets put into the trailer. And already we got the first piece missing. It's a good process once you get it going. And you actually get 2 pieces of wood, or just 1 piece of wood there, I guess. But as we see, when we get this delivered, we are making good wood, and good wood. We're making good money from good wood, and that's on hard economy. So if you're playing like on normal or easy, you're going to get a lot more money than what, of course, we do here. And then split that one. I don't think I've ever really tried to pick up a log that's down on one side and up on the other. Just stay in there for me. So I'm going to have to angle the telehandler a little bit so we can get this log in. And let's see, let's hopefully this goes all the way through. Uh-oh, we got some logs that are getting stuck. Alright, this is where it starts to go. I'll go back. Yeah, finally push that one forward. Thank you. Thank you. That's helpful. Although I'm starting to get a pile of firewood underneath. Now, for that firewood that's underneath, I got to keep it there because it's kind of part of the wood splitter now. It'll stay there until I actually, you know, like haul the wood splitter away, and then the firewood will be hanging in midair, and then I can grab it and put it into the trailer. But I want to get this done, that way we can move the wood splitter, so that way I can cut all this grass out here. And as for all this grass out here, since we're going to be planting soybean over in these two other fields, I won't be mowing this grass anymore either the rest of the year. Do we got it? We got it. Okay, let's not go over any stumps. I do like this mod. It does make some good money, but it's one of those things you got to use at the time of the year that I guess you're not busy. So if you have nothing to do and you want to change up what you've been doing, this would be a good, little thing to give a go. And no, I dropped it. Well, I do have one more log to go, but I think this is going to have to be it for today because, well, the trailer is getting rather full. And when I was thinking 3 logs, before it was 3 trees with 2 logs apiece. Now I'm just doing 1 log apiece per tree. So a total of 6 logs should fit in here, but these are all the base. Come on, fall down. I know you want to. These are all the base of the tree, so they're a little bit bigger, of course. Come on, Firewood, get all the way up there so we can go deliver this. You can see the trailer is good and full. That heavy log doesn't want to go up the belt. How about if I turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on? I mean, it's making its way up there, slowly but surely. Let me go ahead and, you know what, I'm just going to back up the telehandler up to here. Actually, I think I can move that with this telehandler. Can I not? Yeah, I might be able to. Alright, that log made it up there. Let's see if this may or may not work. Oh, it does work. If I can pick up the right piece. Alright, and then I want to... I don't think I can fold it in because the machine is still running. Oh, I got back in the telehandler. Nope, let's jump into this, please. Let's turn off the belt. Okay, the controls are all confused because we got the telehandler attached. Wow, I'm just hitting all the wrong buttons, aren't I? Okay, detach that. Now, will you... There we go. Now we turn off the belt. We'll turn this off. And then... what key is it to fold all together? X on this one. So in order to fold it, I got to start the engine. Yes, we do. All right. Now we'll turn it back off. And now if I move this forward... Or is that firewood underneath giving me a problem? Or maybe the telehandler just can't really move this. Now the firewood is still kind of in here. We got ourselves a mess. Now let me just try manhandling this around here. See if that firewood will fly out of there. Now it's probably all over the grass field, right? Now there's one piece. Uh-oh. It's an invisible piece. I can't pick it up. See if the chainsaw can get rid of it. Alright, so I think we'll have to take care of that with the stump grinder. Whoop. Get in the trailer so I have to try to pick you up twice. Now we'll get that stuff with the stump grinder. I could be there forever trying to gather that stuff up. Alright, let's head on over and sell some firewood, shall we? It's a pretty good load. So I'm shooting for like 12 grand. I think that's what we got on a really good load before. But then again, it's kind of hard to tell because with firewood, you got a lot of air pockets in there. So depending on how the firewood settled when it got dropped in, it could be more, it could be less. I've just got to be careful of hitting all the bumps here. So I don't want a lot of pieces falling out. Actually, I don't want any pieces falling out. And now it's starting to, more bumps we hit, the more it settles into the trailer. But for a little farm, $12,000 for some firewood, that is some good income. Sell wood, $12,174. And it's all gone. So that's some good firewood for the day. It's like selling almost like 13 sheep. Almost. But selling the sheep seems to be a little bit easier than the firewood. But it's been fun using that, that's for darn sure. Well, fun most of the time. Once I got the hang of it, it's pretty decent. Okay, bring this back over here in case I decide to use more firewood later on. It won't be this episode, that's for darn sure. Let's drop that off. Let's go grab the mower, shall we? And I think I'm just going to mow just the grass fields. I'm not going to mow the meadow grass that's out there that we've always done. We just don't need that much. And since we're only making hay with it for our animals, yeah, we just don't need that much. And that way, with that one grass field out behind Earl's, we can just go cut the grass when we need to. was like, why isn't that mowing? Because I did not put the implement down. That's a lot better. So we'll be putting soybeans into this field here. And also to the one right across a little bit of a dirt road. Although my harvester may have a hard time getting underneath that limb of that tree in the future. So, yeah, the grass field behind her is, like I said, that's like 8 bales. If I cut that 3 times a year, that's 24 bales, which I believe is more than enough to supply the horses and the sheep. The sheep sometimes can take 2 bales a month, though. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. So that would be like the whole supply right there. The horses don't take that much. A little bouncy right there. But if worse comes to worse, if I do, in the future, which, we're not going to be here long enough to know, but if we, did ever run short on hay just from that one field out there, we always got the extra grass just beyond the boundary of this field here that we can always cut. And I usually get about 2 or 3 bales off of that. I really do hope those stone pines are fully grown by the time we get to the end of November. November is going to be our last month here, just because we're not going to have any silage bales this year to sell in December/January. So we'll just sell everything that we should in November, which is just the eggs and possibly some grain. Actually, am I done cutting everywhere there? It looks like we are. And that is this grass field cut for now. And I think we will grab the tedder, but we'll grab the doits in order to do that. So let's go ahead and let's park this. Let's not park it on the grass that we got a ted. That would not be a good idea. Let's go ahead and park it over here, actually. And the tedder, yes, is available. I couldn't remember. I know the tedder was buried behind other implements. Just didn't remember which one it was. Horses are excited. They think they're going to be getting this hay soon, which they're not. I think they got plenty. Now the working width of this tedder is wider than it actually looks. So if I drive down like the center of 3 swaths, the tedder can usually pick it all up and turn the grass over. I do have a little bit of concern about this limb on this tree when I go to harvest it later on in the year. But we'll worry about that when we get to it. And when we get done with tedding this grass here, just got to have another quick look at the fabric to make sure that price is still going up. Because we could be selling it in April. Usually the best price is the morning of May. But you can't always go by that, can we? Can't always trust it because it's going to fluctuate here and there. I don't usually TED that much. But when I do, and I see the grass getting flipped over out of the back of a tedder, for some reason, Farming Simulator 22, it seems kind of enjoyable to watch. They made the graphics so much better in 22 than they were in 19. At least in my opinion, they are a lot better. But part of me is hoping that someone comes up with a mod for making hay to where it's not as simple as just grab a tedder and run over it. Kind of like the way it was in Farming Simulator of Seasons in 19, which was a mod. And we had to wait for the grass to actually turn. Depending on the weather conditions, it would take a certain amount of time. But it can be a little frustrating when the weather is never in your favor and it rains and then the grass gets wet again. I think it got me twice in 19 to where I needed hay and I was I waited for the grass to turn and it never did. I think it happened to me on Griffin, Indiana at the very beginning. I tried making some hay in November and it rained just as I thought it was going to turn, and so it never did. And I think it also got me on Green Mountain Forest in 19. So you had a pretty much time when you wanted to make hay. You had to look at the weather forecast. Wait for a good day to where the wind's going to be blowing and the sun was going to be out. Now, technically, if the farm still needed a good amount of money, I would leave this as grass. Because, you know, if you don't know, silage is kind of like the way to go if you get the money. Because with grass, you can harvest the field free, and if you're doing it whenever the grass is really ready, you can probably get 4 cuts a year of grass. So you can make a lot of silage compared to putting in a crop and just getting one harvest out of it every year. But I'm doing it just because of the workload. Yeah, we don't need to be working that hard anymore here in Selendra. I mean, in theory, I don't really need any of the fields. Just go ahead and just keep bringing logs to the sawmill and just keep feeding the sheep. So I guess I would need like a grass field or two to keep making hay for the sheep so they can produce the wool, so they can produce the fabric, right? And I'm still trying to figure out on myself, I like this map. It's a nice little map, but I don't think my gameplay suits a small map. But maybe if I play on more small maps, I'll get used to farming on smaller maps. I did like that I set myself a rule that, you know, nothing over 200 horsepower. So that made it, I don't want to say a little bit more challenging. It would have been nice to have a tractor with like 250 horsepower. The Fiat with 185 horse did struggle in a couple of situations, but you know, it got the job done just fine. Whoops, I got one more piece here. Alright, let's fold that on up and we can get that ready to get the other grass field overdone by Earl later on. So, yeah, by the end of May, we'll have 2 more soybean fields over here and no more grass to take care of as well. Like I said, if we, in the future, if the farm ever did run out of hay from the grass field out behind Earl, we could always get like 2 or 3, well actually maybe 3 or 4 bales off this field right here. I think for firewood, because it's starting to get, you know, with the wood getting stuck and all that, I think we're going to call it good on wood splitting. So we can return that, because I am paying $500 for every other day that we got it. And we know I still need that as well. Can I? Oh, I can pick this up. Oh, stuck on that. Yeah, so the pieces I can't pick up, like that one there, I can't pick up. I'll have to get with the stump grinder, but I need that anyways because we got a whole bunch of stumps over here I need to take care of. And this log can go over to the sawmill. Well, that does remind me, how are we doing? I forgot the situation of the sawmill. Did we get wood into it to get through the day, or what are we doing? Yeah, we took this through the day, so we got to take care of that next time as well. So we'll finish up the grass fields. I may even plow the fields to get rid of the grass before we put the soybean into it. So, but yeah, I think next episode we'll finish up with all the grass cutting, at least in these 2 fields. The field up behind Earl, I'm not going to worry too much about it because we do got a good amount of hay bales in storage. We got 15 bales in storage, so I don't really need a rush to get the other field done. So I think we'll take care of the 2 grass fields over here, get them windrowed up. Bale up the hay, bring it on over, put it into there, and maybe convert these fields by plowing it, and then sell the fabric. Oh yeah, the fabric. Let's see, fabric, $38.51, $38.69. So, and the price is still going up, so it looks like it's going to be pretty good. Should get about $340,000 plus, which is more than what our loan is, right? Are we at $660? $640, and that could actually pay off a little bit more than that. So, yeah, I think we'll be paying off our loan a little bit and getting down to about $300,000 left on that loan. And if we look at the planks, we got $242,000 worth of planks currently. And that's just going to get better because we still got this month, we got May, and we got June. And then we sell the planks in July. So the planks that we got piling up there should pay off the rest of the loan. Then we can just pile a whole bunch of cash into our bank account and do nothing with it, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I've been rambling on long enough at the end of this video. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Selendra. But until then, have a good one.